This segment is brought to you by St. Martin and Bourke. Know your rights.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm your host, Keith Whiteside, licensed clinical social worker with Terraborn Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it very, very much. And we're always glad at this time to bring in our specialist commander, Lonnie Cavalier, as we get updates from Assumption Parish Sheriff's Office. Commander, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having us, Keith.
Yes, sir. All right, let's first start with this aggravated flight as traffic incident, Mr. Tyler Paul Sedetall.
Yes, Tyler Paul Sedetall, 37 of 681 Highway 403 in Napoleonville, was arrested on multiple felony charges arising from a traffic incident turned pursuit on Highway 70 east of Pankerville. A uniformed patrol deputy observed an eastbound vehicle on Highway 70 committed a traffic violation and attempted a stop of that vehicle. The suspect engaged the deputy in a pursuit situation. The suspect fled east on LE 70 into Ascension Parish, then into St. James Parish. Due to safety considerations, the pursuit was terminated. Deputies continued to investigate the incident and with some technical assistance were able to identify the vehicle and the driver, now identified as Tyler Paul Sedetall. The vehicle and Sedetall were located in Assumption Parish near Pankerville. Tyler Paul Sedetall was arrested and booked into the Assumption Parish Detention Center on charges of aggravated flight from an officer, aggravated obstruction of a highway of commerce. Licensee must give notice of change of address, stop lamps and turn signals required, 2 counts, improper passing on the right, driving on roadway lanes for traffic, and speeding 31 or more miles per hour over the posted speed limit. He was also being held without bond on a probation hold. Tyler Paul Sedetall remains incarcerated with bond set on remaining charges at $125,000.
Wow. And again, I'm always glad whenever you guys determine, listen, if we continue with this chase, we've expected something bad may happen. Y'all terminate that. And because you're so good about coordinating with other law enforcement, we're able to pick him up in a short time later.
Too much technology to risk it.
Yeah, can't run away from those things. All right, now let's talk a little bit about this drug law violation on this ICE arrest of Green and Walker.
Yes, this was an arrest from our ICE unit. Mm-hmm. Chamrick LaShun Green, 34 of 525 Carla Drive, Thibodeau, was arrested on felony drug charges arising from a traffic stop near Plottonville on Wednesday. A uniformed patrol deputy assigned to the ICE detail observed the vehicle in LA 70 Spur commit a traffic violation and executed a stop of that vehicle. The deputy made contact with the driver, now identified as Russell Walker Jr., 40 of 627 Canal Street, Napoleonville, Louisiana, and engaged Walker in an officer violator interview. The deputy noted a strong odor of suspected marijuana emitting from the vehicle. The deputy also made contact with the passenger, now identified as Chamrick LaShun Green, and proceeded to interview her. Green initially provided deputies with a fictitious name and later correctly identified herself. At the conclusion of the interview process, the deputy believed additional investigation was warranted, and therefore requested and was granted consent to search the vehicle. During the search process, deputies seized marijuana and multiple doses of MDMA, also known as ecstasy. Chamrick LaShun Green was arrested and booked into the Assumption Parish Detention Center on charges of possession of MDMA, resisting an officer, possession of marijuana, second offense, fugitive warrant from Lafourche Parish. Chamrick LaShun Green remains incarcerated with bond set at $55,000. Russell Walker Jr. was issued a citation for driving on a roadway lane for traffic and a summons for simple possession of marijuana. Russell Walker was released with a court date.
So some really interesting information, and as I listen to you share the information about where a lot of these things take place, a lot of them take place on some of the roadways where we've got lots of sugarcane, where we've got lots of places where they process sugarcane. And so let's talk a little bit about what has changed here in the last few days. It seems like September 30th kind of marked the start of sugarcane season.
Yes, we actually started on yesterday, on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. And, as everybody knows, we have Lula and Westfield sugar mills in our parish. Right. And we do get a significant amount of industrial traffic. So far, we are happy to report that there's been no incidents, involving cane trucks and vehicles in the parish. No injuries as far as we know. Weather has been great. and it's a very significant economic engine for Assumption Parish. Probably one of our, it is in fact one of our biggest employers in the parish.
Right. And so we just want to make sure that people are aware just to slow down. Cane trucks don't go very fast. They got to pull on and off the road. They got to pull on and off very often. Some muddy areas, especially when it rains. Like you mentioned, it's been good weather. So that's a really good thing. We just want people to be aware that right now they're having to move sugarcane, and we're getting stuff to and from the plants from all the different fields, and we just need to be aware of that.
Yeah, we're just trying to instill in people that our sugarcane season is also during, times that school is in. So you definitely don't want to mix the two together. And everybody wants to be safe. So we have additional people out there trying to keep a lid on things.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Also want to mention, as we're closing out the show, we know that Assumption Parish is holding their National Night Out Against Crime on Tuesday, October 21st from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock at the Assumption Parish Community Center. It's just one of these ways you can come out and meet some of the first responders and some of the people that are caring for you in the community when it's not an emergency. A really good time for you guys to talk to the people, right?
Yes, and there's going to be a lot of equipment from various agencies. We have a lot of people participating, a lot of different agencies, all of our fire departments, state police. So it's going to be it's always a good event for the public to come out and they can see what we do and basically what their taxpayer dollars are paying for.
What it's going for. Commander, we appreciate your time as always. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us, Keith.
Yes, sir. And that will do it for this particular segment, but don't go anywhere. We got a whole lot more right here on Bayou Time.
This segment was brought to you by St. Martin and Bourke. Know your rights.